You owe you. You don't owe anybody else. You don't owe the opinions of anybody else. You don't owe the past you. You don't owe the past mistakes. You don't owe anybody but you. And who that entails is the dreamer in you, the believer in you. You owe the younger version of yourself. You owe the older version of yourself. Because yes, you today is a certain age, but you owe the little kid that used to dream of the future you. You owe the older you that's looking back at you right now, that's proud of you, and is, hoping that you keep pushing forward, because he or she knows what you can and will accomplish in this lifetime. So stop playing small. Stop thinking that you owe your other people, random people, strangers, a certain thing. You owe your family. That's about it. You and your family. That's all you owe. So stop living life for others. So many people live their life for social media when they should be living it for their family. Or they live it to impress their coworkers at a job that's going to be temporary. You can literally work at a job until you retire, but it's still temporary because you're still going to leave that job. It doesn't matter if you're 25, 45, 55, 65, or even 75. You won't be living at that job forever. So why do so many people make that their identity? Why do they make that their audience of who they want to try to please and do things for? No, you owe yourself a great life. You owe your kids a great life. You owe, like I said, past you in terms of the younger version you, and future you in terms of when you're close to your deathbed or at the end of your life or when you're looking back on your life. But you don't owe the past in terms of what you've been through, what you've overcame, which mistakes you've made, what failures you've had. You don't have to answer to that anymore. You live, you survive, you overcome, and you keep going, and you keep conquering, you keep making good decisions going forward, and you keep winning from here on out. Is a winning season. Once you make the decision to change and you start living and incorporating the habits of that person, what that person looks like, what that person aspires to be, you'll eventually become it. You'll eventually have the roadmap to that dream life, to that success that you want in life. So stop thinking that you owe other people. Stop thinking that you have to give other people a show and to perform for them and to live for social media and to live for your neighbors and to live for your coworkers. No, you live for you and you live for your family and your legacy and then your parents. That's all. Stop living and doing things for everybody else's opinions, everybody else's judgments. Because what do those do? Do those pay your bills? Not really. Now, technically, you could be a social media person, I guess, an influencer, but I don't even count that. Are you living life on your terms? Are you dictating your own terms to life and what you want your life to be and what you want your life to look like? Too many people aren't. They're living and doing what society wants, but society wants you to do so many things. They want you to count your calories, count your pounds, to count your bank account, to count your material goods, to count your likes on social media, your comments, your shares. But I inspire you to count your blessings. Count the good things in life that you're overlooking, what you're grateful for, what you're thankful for. The things that we take for granted, like our phones, like Wi-Fi. Because I know everybody that's watching this has Wi-Fi at least. And then you either have a TV, a phone, or a laptop, or an iPad in order to watch this. And how many times do we wake up and just take that stuff for granted? Take water, drinking water, showers, all this stuff for granted because we're worried about stuff that's not even important. So stop counting and thinking about what society wants you to think and start thinking what you want to, what's important to you, what your legacy is going to be, what you want to do to the world and for the world. And you owe it to yourself to accomplish it and to do it and to make it happen. This is day 166, consistency. I encourage you to follow along, subscribe, like, share, and comment. If you got anything out of this, comment it below. Share it with a friend and follow along because I post every day. And I wish you all peace and blessings on the journey.